Good to see y'all again, spec writers. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Customer Corner here. We wanted to use this edition to actually make sure everyone was equipped to view their yearly data. We'll cover three options. The first one is going to be the most high level, and that's actually here on the dashboard itself. It's going to be our how much is widget. So if you come over to this drop down box right here, you can change the time period to this year and it'll populate your totals. So now we're looking at a specific story here, and the story being told is this: over 1.7 million feet that we drove in the truck, we put down 27.5 pounds of beads, no black paint, just under 153,000 gallons of white, and just a tad over 186,000 gallons of yellow. We can also see the same color breakdown for patterns. So again, same story. We drove 1.7 million feet in the truck. Over that distance, we put down 242,000 feet of yellow skip, 2.3 million feet of yellow solid, just a fraction less on the white skip side, 677 feet, and then totaling out on the white solids, just a tad over 2 million feet. That's it for this one. Like I said, the most high level and the quickest one to use. The next one is actually going to be here on Skyview. So if we open Skyview, what we'll see right here is our layer application. All you do is come down to the time period and change it to this year. Mine's actually on a custom since I'm here in the demo portal, but you'll want to make sure that you click this year. And once you've done that, you can now either pick the job that you want to view the full life of for the season, either in this drop down box and hitting apply, or you can come over here to the map and just click one specifically. But if you click one specifically, we'll see right here that you can just get the job details right over here on the right. So that being said, you can see exactly right here the start and end date, total time, paint, and downtime. You'll see the material used, the beads used, and the application rates and thicknesses. These right here say not set. Those are manual entries and they just weren't punched in on the truck, so there's nothing showing for them. Right here, environmental temperature metrics for road and air, also humidity and dew points. You'll get a pattern breakdown. So for each line type, you'll see the same metrics we saw in material for each line type. And then lastly, a full totals color breakdown of the patterns you put down. That's it for the job details in Skyview. One of the really nice benefits of using a view like this, viewing the job per year, is you can create reports for that job easily by just coming up here and creating that report, filling out the necessary fields, and it will show up actually here on your reports page. That being said, this is actually where the third most comprehensive option comes from. And what you would do is actually generate a report using a custom template. Now, in this example, I've already built out a custom template. It's this one right here. I've named it yearly totals by month. Now, to show y'all what that looks like, I'll open it up right here. And the real key for this specific template, yearly totals by month, is our row command. So you can actually set up how you want your rows to populate. Doing it this way allows you to pick by time period. And doing a time period row population allows you to pick between an hour, day, week, or month. So say you painted all 12 months of the year, you would actually pick month in here, and you could see a row for all 12 months if you painted, January through December. Same thing here for week. If you painted each week, all 52 of them, you'd have 52 rows. Days, 365. If you were out there every single day, that's how many rows you have. But that's the concept behind that. So just make sure when you want to view data like that, you're using a time row command with either the month, week, day. If you want to get down to the hour, you obviously can. And then just like normal, you go in here and pick your metrics that you want to see. To keep it simple, I just did start time and end time. Our travel distance, like we saw on the dashboard, our total lane distance, which tells us how many total feet we painted, our counter channels. There's some values in here, such as our yellow total distance and total yellow usage. Same thing for white. And then also did the same thing for beads, total bead usage. Once you create that, you just actually hit save. now that I've got my template, I can actually use this to create a report. And you're not just limited to actually using this template to create one specific report for everything you did over the year. You obviously could. So that would look like, I'll call this newsletter example. But if you wanted to create something for the entire year, you easily could 1/1/23 all the way through today. You've got your template, pick your equipment, and then pick your jobs. That being said, you can also do this for a specific truck or job if you want to view it that way. So if you still want to get the same row breakdown, but only for a specific job or a specific truck, you easily can. You would keep the same thing here in the date ranges, and then equipment. Instead of picking all, come in here and pick that specific one that you want to see, pick all jobs. Or if you want just one specific job for the whole year, just pick one job, and then you'd hit save down here. That's it, guys. Those are the 3 ways to view your yearly data. Those are the easiest ones that we found from not only internal reviews, but also our customers. That said, if you guys do have any additional questions or need support with this, please reach out to us, whether that's on our support lines or to myself directly. And always, always, always remember that if you aren't spec right, you're just spec wrong. Have a good one, y'all.